Hey, what's up, YouTube? Scott coming back at you with another PC showcase. Went through the 1970s last time, part of my PC. Now we're going through the 1960s. The Packers in the 60s were a really good team. They won 3 NFL championships and then 2 Super Bowl champions, so 5 altogether. They were definitely the team of the 60s. A lot of people call the 60s team the best dynasty ever in football, along with the Steelers or probably even the modern-day Patriots. But the 60s Packers were incredible, just to what they did to their competition. It's not even close, the numbers they put up against their competition. They just dominated, including in the Super Bowls. So with that being said, I'm going to go with all the members of the registry sets that I have. I have the three registry sets: the Packers Team Hall of Fame set, the All-Time set, and the NFL Hall of Fame set for the Packers. So all the cards I'm going to show are rookie cards, and they are in either one or all of those 3 sets. So we'll start out with 1969 and work my way down. This is the 69 Dranks, Marv Fleming. Marv Fleming never actually really had a rookie card, so he gets to have a pin as his rookie card. And these pins were could be obtained from Mrs. Drank's Potato Chips, which is a potato chip company and food supplier out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And there was 20 of these pins in each set, and they were in 2 colors, green or red. The red ones are the harder ones to find. This is graded mint 9. There's only 5 of these been graded a 9, and no 10s ever graded. So this was a very tough one to come by. I'm lucky enough to have some great people in the hobby. This was sent to me by my friend Troy, who's also doing the set. And he actually downgraded to one of the 7s or 8s he had in his collection and sent me this. So big thanks to him. I'm still very thankful that he sent this card. Fleming was a tight end for the Packers from 63 to 69 at the University of Utah. And yeah, just a really cool thing. You never see these pins come up already graded. And this is mint 9. Pretty cool. So that's the only pin. The rest of these are all cards. So then we'll work our way down to 68 tops here. We have Donnie Anderson. This one in the grade of a 9. Donnie Anderson was a running back out of Texas Tech. Played with the Packers from 66 to 71. He was actually their first-round draft pick. He's a 2-time Super Bowl champion and did make 1 Pro Bowl during his time with the Packers. Just a beautiful looking card, these 68s. And there's the back of the card. If I remember right, all the 68s are actually vertical cards except for the 2 teams that were in the Super Bowl, the Packers and the Raiders. They are the only ones that have the horizontal cards from this year. So that's Donnie Anderson, another card from that 68 set. Packers Team Hall of Famer, Bob Jeter. There we go. This is also in the grade of mint 9. That Donnie Anderson I just showed was pop of 29 with only 3 graded higher. And this one is pop of 8 with only 2 graded higher. A really tough card to find. Played with the Packers from 63 to 71. University of Iowa, was a cornerback. Was a 3-time NFL champ and a 2-time Super Bowl champ. Also 2-time All-Pro. Just a beautiful looking card. His son Rob Jeter actually was the men's basketball coach at UW-Milwaukee for a time, somewhat recently. Before that, he was assistant coach for the Wisconsin Badgers basketball team. He actually looks a lot like Bob Jeter. Also staying with 68, Carroll Dale. This is not Carroll Dale's rookie card, but this is his first year mentioned on a Packers card. Before that, he played for the Rams from 60 to 64, then the Packers from 65 to 72. He was a wide receiver out of Virginia Tech, 3-time Pro Bowler. At the end of his career, he had 8,000 yards receiving and 52 touchdowns. So he did have a great career. Very tough card here. This is pop of only 4. None graded higher. So this is one of the 4 best that have been graded. Beautiful card. Moving down the list, we're going to go down to 67 Philadelphia now. These are personally one of my favorite looking cards just because of the yellow and the green. This one's near mint to mint 8.5. Bob Skoronski played with the Packers from 56 to 68 out of Indiana. He was an offensive tackle, 5-time NFL champ, 2 Super Bowls with the Packers, 1 Pro Bowl. He actually played his rookie season in 56 with the Packers and then took 57 and 58 off before going to the United States Air Force and then returning to the team back in 59. So pretty cool, Bob Jeter. This card's only a pop of 1 with 3 graded higher. No 10s graded. Beautiful card. Sticking with that same flavor, 67 Philadelphia Dave Robinson. This is a really nice example here in mint 9. Dave Robinson is also an NFL Hall of Famer. Played with the Pack from 63 to 72 out of Penn State, linebacker. He was a 2-time Super Bowl champ, 3-time NFL champ, 4 times All-Pro, and a member of the 60s All-Decade team with the Packers. Funny thing about Dave Robinson is actually, while he was playing, players didn't make a ton of money back then. During the offseason, he actually worked for Campbell's Soup and Schlitz Beer. I love hearing stories like that. You never see a player doing that today. That's why you got to respect these older guys. Here we've got a 66 Philadelphia, Don Chandler. Beautiful card in mint 9. Of course, Chandler played for the Giants from 56 to 64. Was a kicker and punter out of the University of Florida. Only played with the Packers for 3 years from 65 to 68, so this is his first year in a Packers uniform. This card here, this goes to the Team Hall of Fame set. 2-time Super Bowl champ, 4-time NFL champ, and a Pro Bowl 1 year, member of the 60s All-Decade team. Don Chandler passed away in 2011. Take a look at the back of the card there. Awesome looking card. From the same year, we've got a 66 Philadelphia Leroy Kaffee, also in mint 9. That Chandler I just showed was pop 6, none graded higher, and this Kaffee is pop 9 with none graded higher. The earlier I go in the years here, there just are no 10s available of some of these cards, so I have a lot of these in the highest grade you can find. Kaffee was a linebacker for the Packers out of Texas A&M, played with the team from 64 to 69. Was a 4-time NFL champ, 3-time Super Bowl champ, and 1-time All-Pro. He died actually back in 1994 of colon cancer, so he's been gone for a few years. But was a great linebacker on those 60s teams. Beautiful color, great card. The Philadelphia cards dominated the mid-60s. 65 Philadelphia, Elijah Pitts rookie card. This card's pop of 30, only 1 graded higher. Played with the Pack from 61 to 69. He was a running back that they drafted out of Philander Smith College. 5-time NFL champ, 2-time Super Bowl champ. And he actually passed away of stomach cancer back in 98. So he's been gone for a few years as well. Beautiful color on that card. Beauty. Alright. Here we have a, now going to 64 Philadelphia. This is the card that we use for Vince Lombardi's rookie card in the Team Hall of Fame set. So this is the 64 Packers play card, where it shows the Packers sweep against the Detroit Lions on the card. That's the play they always ran. This card's a pop of 26 with 1 graded higher. Lombardi, you don't really need to talk much about him. Everybody should know about him, but he was a 2-time Super Bowl champ, 6-time NFL champion. Went 9-1 record in the postseason. Died a long time ago, 1970, at the age of 57. Also died of colon cancer. Beautiful card though. And a tough card to find in high grade. You can see the back of the card. It just shows the players that were involved in that sweep play. Pretty cool. Same year, 64 Philadelphia, Jesse Whittington rookie card. Jesse Whittington was a corner out of Texas Western, played with the Pack from 58 to 64. 2-time Pro Bowler. He actually passed away in 2012. This card's pop of 27 with 1 graded higher. It's actually Jesse Whittington's birthday today too as well. Along with Bob Jeter, a card I showed just a little earlier. From the same year, 64 Philadelphia, Willie Davis. Love this card, the grade of mint 9. This is a pop of 65, 2 graded higher. Some of those you just don't find 10s of. I mean, only 2 Willie Davis 10s in existence. I'm probably never going to see one. He played with the team from 60 to 69 out of Grambling State, defensive end, 2-time Super Bowl champ, 5-time NFL champ, 5-time Pro Bowler, 6 times All-Pro, and member of the 60s All-Decade team. Willie Davis actually went on to get his master's after his playing days and actually served on the board of directors of a lot of big companies like MGM, Dow Chemical, Johnson Controls. He actually still serves on a lot of those boards. Willie Davis is a pretty smart dude and was a great player in his time. Beautiful card. So Willie Davis, also an NFL Hall of Famer, along with this guy who's also an NFL Hall of Famer, Herb Adderley. Have this one in the grade of mint 9 as well. This one, similar pop to the Davis, pop 68, 4 graded higher. 61 to 69, played with the Packers out of Michigan State. It's a cornerback. 3-time Super Bowl champ, 5-time NFL champ, 5 Pro Bowls, 7 times All-Pro. 60s All-Decade team. Finished his career with 48 interceptions. Just a beautiful looking card there. Herb Adderley could still play today. That's how good he was, how athletic he was. Here's one of my favorite cards, 63 Topps Ray Nitschke. Again, love the green and the yellow borders just because of the Packers team colors. This one in the grade of an 8.5, pop of only 8, 12 graded higher. There are no 10s graded for Ray Nitschke. This card goes for around $1,000 or so. If you want to grab one in the grade of a 9, you're going to end up paying about at least $4,000, somewhere in that range, if you can actually find one. 58 to 72 was a linebacker out of Illinois for the Packers. 2 Super Bowls, 5 NFL champs, 7 times All-Pro, 60s All-Decade team, NFL 75th anniversary team. And he actually passed away in 1998. He had a heart attack. And he is one of only 6 Packers with their number retired. Was a hell of a player. I once heard a story of one of his teammates comparing Ray Nitschke to Dick Butkus. If Dick Butkus would get on a bus and you were on the bus, you would move to a different seat. If Ray Nitschke would get on the bus when you were on the bus, you would leave the bus. That's kind of just going to show how mean these guys were at the time. But I guess he was a sweetheart off the field. But on the field, you didn't want to mess with him. From the same year, also NFL Hall of Famer, Willie Wood. Beautiful card in the grade of mint 9. This is a pop of 16 with only 2 graded higher. 60 to 71, played with the Packers out of USC, was a safety, 5-time NFL champ, 2 Super Bowls. He went to 8 Pro Bowls, 7 times All-Pro, 60s All-Decade team, 48 interceptions on his career. There's some amazing players that Packers had in the 60s. There's Willie Wood, just to look at that beautiful looking card. Grade of a 9. Love that card. And here's a cool dude. 62 Topps, very tough set because of the black borders. You don't find much over a grade of an 8 in this set. This is Fuzzy Thurston. Pop of 64 for this card, only 4 graded higher, no 10s. Played with the Pack from 59 to 67 out of the University of Valpo, was a guard. He's actually born in Altoona, Wisconsin, which is near Eau Claire on the western part of the state. And then got to play for his hometown team. 2 Super Bowl champions, 6 NFL championships, which is crazy. That's 8 total. He's, I think, him and Adderley, I think, are one of only 2 players that have won that many. They actually showed that stat during the Super Bowl this past year. So Fred Fuzzy Thurston that's a good trivia question, is the guy that's won the most NFL championships of all people. And very, very popular player. I'm actually friends with his grandson on Facebook, and I've talked to him before. We're not super close friends, but he's an acquaintance on Facebook. A really nice guy. Still lives in the area. Fuzzy Thurston here died in 2014 of Alzheimer's. And he had a bar in Green Bay for many years called Fuzzy's, which is very popular. Very popular player. Fuzzy Thurston. Alright, then we're going to get into some 1961 Topps cards, another one of my favorite sets just because of the deep, rich colors. Here's the first one, NFL Hall of Famer, Henry Jourdan, defensive tackle for the Packers. Have this in the grade of mint 9. This is only a population of 8, with none graded higher. Card typically sells around the $2,000 range, if you can even find one being pop 8. They don't really exist out there. He played for the Packers from 59 to 69 out of Virginia. 2 Super Bowls, 5 NFL champs, 4 Pro Bowls, and 7 times All-Pro. He died a long time ago, back in 1977, at only the age of 42. He had a heart attack while jogging. And what makes these cards so difficult is these back blue borders here that show wear very easily. Almost impossible to get a 10 on these cards. In fact, it is. I don't think there are any 10s in the whole 61 set. But that is a gorgeous card right there. Deep red colors, I love them. From the same set, Boyd Dowler in mint 9. This is pop of only 7, none graded higher. 59 to 69, wide receiver out of Colorado, 5 NFL champs, 2 Super Bowls, 2 Pro Bowls, and 1 All-Pro. 60s All-Decade team member as well. Finished his career with 6,000 yards and 50 touchdowns, so he was a very serviceable receiver for the Packers in the 60s. Another great example, just a flawless card pretty much. Gorgeous looking card by Boyd Dowler there. Last one from that set, 61 Topps, Jimmy Taylor, NFL Hall of Fame running back. Get to focus a little better, there we go. Have this also in the grade of a mint 9. Pop of only 15, none graded higher. 58 to 66 was a running back for the Packers out of LSU. Did win 1 Super Bowl and 4 NFL championships. Made 5 Pro Bowls, 6 times All-Pro. Was a league MVP back in 62. 60s All-Decade team. Had over 8,500 yards rushing and 83 touchdowns when he retired from the league. Beautiful card. This is not his rookie card. This is his first year actually on a Packers card. His rookie card is back in 59, which I'll show in the next video. But this is his first card where it's actually the real Jim Taylor on the card. They messed it up the first couple of years. I'll talk about that during the 50s video that I'll make in the near future and show you the difference of the players that are pictured. Gorgeous card. Only 2 to go. This is a great product. 61 Lake to Lake. Hank Reminger. This card's a pop of 7, none graded higher. Corner out of Baylor. 56 to 65, 3-time NFL champ. Passed away back in 2001 of a heart attack. But these cards are cool, man. These were given out with the Lake to Lake dairy product out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. And these were actually stapled to your milk carton, I believe. And so a lot of these had staple holes in them. And I believe if you got so many of them, you could actually send to the company to get a set that was unstapled. So there's only so many of these in prime condition, and some very tough short prints in the set as well. So this is Hank Reminger's rookie card out of a very cool product. I'd love to do that set sometime, but the cards are insanely expensive, especially the short prints. Here's the final card in the 60s decades that I'll talk about. Let's see if I can get that to focus a little better. There we go. Forrest Gregg, mint 9. This card is a pop of 22, none graded higher. Rich colors, beautiful looking card. 56 to 70, an offensive tackle out of SMU. 3-time Super Bowl champion, 5-time NFL champ. 9 Pro Bowls and 9 times All-Pro. This guy was one of the best players in NFL history, in my opinion. Vince Lombardi called him the greatest player he ever coached. 60s All-Decade team, 75th anniversary NFL team. Unfortunately, Forrest Gregg currently has Parkinson's that he's suffering. But just another beautiful card. There's the back. Alright guys, getting to be kind of a long video. A lot of cards in the 60s though. I thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the 1950s video, which I'll do hopefully in the next week. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys all enjoyed the showcase. We'll talk to you soon.